Mariana Padilla, and she is with HackerVerse.
HackerVerse.
So tell everyone a little bit about HackerVerse.
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for meeting me today. Happy to be here. Hello, world.
Cybersecurity and coffee instead
That's
of
right.
cybersecurity and a beer.
And yes, absolutely. HackerVerse, essentially we're a sales enablement platform specifically for cybersecurity, using generative AI and automations to think about it like cyber ranges for sales purposes. So the value proposition for vendors is that we really are able to compress the build and execute time on proof of concepts and remove a lot of friction from their sales process that way. And then value proposition for the other side of the equation for CISOs or other enterprises looking to purchase new tooling. We provide the ability for on-demand self-service technical product evaluation. So all those POCs we build, we host on our platform, and you're able to come through and dig into a product, get your hands on it, touch, feel, use without salespeople lurking over your shoulder.
You don't like those salespeople lurking over your shoulder.
Hey, no shade on sales. I have a lot of friends in sales, but the thing is, like, I don't want to talk to them until I'm ready. When I'm ready, then I do.
So if a company is looking to do a POC or come onto your platform, what's the process to get into the platform?
Yeah, so quick process, quick onboarding. So there's a couple things. One, our AI engine scrapes information about their product, the categories of software they're in, competitive deltas, all that kind of stuff, and then is able to quickly compile that into a spec that includes network diagrams, video scripts, all that kind of stuff. So that piece of things is easy. We have templated production environments that we are able to put products into. There's a little bit of onboarding in terms of getting the product set up in that production environment, doing a little bit of customization with a production environment. But typically it's a pretty short process. We typically need an advocate within a company, a sales engineer, head of sales engineering, to give us maybe a week or so of their time, and then depending on how quickly they move, it can actually be like 48 hours. We had some spun up 48 hours because they were wanted to work really fast. So a little bit of commitment from the vendor, but not a lot. I mean, considering the fact that it typically takes sales engineers, sometimes up to 3 months to build a single environment in the old manual way. This is a lot faster, a lot easier.
And how many POCs have you done in the last year? I know we haven't really sat down and talked, but how's that going?
Yeah, we have 14 customers primarily. Thank you, appreciate that. And some more coming out of RSA that I'm very excited to announce.
Do you want to announce?
I cannot yet. But if you know anything about branding and some of the companies in the space, there's one in particular that we are a match made in heaven for from a branding perspective. I will say no more, but we're excited to work with them.
Well, you said a little bit, so that's cool.
So excited about that. But working with those companies, have a lot of great results, doing some events with them as well, some exciting new ones. The last two were squarely in the AI space, which obviously AI, security for AI for security is obviously a hot topic and will continue to, and is shaking up and disrupting the industry in a really major way. So one of those companies was Test Savant, so they're an AI guardrails company. So we did an event with them, World Hacker Games, which was really cool because it was a prompt injection, CTF. So you had to try to trick the AI bot to move your way through the environment. So that was very cool. And then the next one, May 14th, it'll be a deepfake. So, but that will be very cool. And obviously deepfakes are a growing problem within companies. Specifically, HR is dealing with this as they interview candidates. There's been a lot of talk of, how North Korea is using deepfakes to place candidates within these companies. I think there was even one that got placed within a cybersecurity company. So that will be very interesting, and there's a lot of challenges that need to be considered. So that will be a good event, I think, for folks.
Being here this week, what's that one technology company that's just kind of stood out for you?
Well, I think hyperautomation and AI and hyperautomation is something that's very top of mind. So, Twine Security, they're a part of the Innovation Sandbox.
Shout out to Twine.
Shout out Twine. They are essentially building AI employees to augment teams. So, and I think so. They're specifically in the IAM identity access management space. So I think that's a good one, because I think there's a lot of automation that can be done to relieve the burdens in that space specifically. But I think what we're going to start to see is more and more AI augmentation of workforces, and you're seeing with AI SOC, Torque is like an AI powered SOC, hyper automation in that space. AI can be very helpful in that when done the right way, but that's something we need to be very thoughtful about. And I was talking to a CISO recently who was talking about how do I even evaluate a lot of these AI tools, because we're still building out our own AI infrastructure. So how do I even begin to evaluate these when I don't have the environment built yet to evaluate them? So there's going to be a kind of land rush to adopt a lot of these, which can be helpful in augmenting, like I mentioned, the workforce. But what we're going to see inevitably is just, more breaches, more madness, happening.
Do you think that there's going to be a lot of fallout from these initial deployments, development of AI?
Yes.
And what do you see happening as far as fallout because of the AI?
I mean, it depends on how the breach happens, right? But one thing specifically that I'm thinking about and concerned about, and we're an AI company at this point, playing, wall on it. But I'm gonna, poke at venture capital here a little bit, which there has long been a challenge or a problem in the industry where you have these hyper-inflated valuations of companies. With a hyper-valuation of a company comes extreme revenue goals and pressure to achieve those. And the pressure to achieve that often means that underbaked products get pushed out into the market. I would make the argument that there's like all these new tools entering the market, and yet the losses continue to grow, right? So if the industry was working the way it was supposed to, the number of tools going up would mean that the losses would be going down. And now I obviously understand that a lot of tools are geared to enterprise, and the losses include a lot of individuals or senior citizens, and maybe there aren't tools geared towards them, but it still should be declining, right? With the new technology entering space, it hasn't been, and that's because there's a lot of bullshit. There's a lot of vaporware in the market, and a lot of it comes back to the fact that these products were invested in, and they were pushed out of the market, and they don't actually work. And the same thing's going to happen in the AI space. So now investors have jumped on this boat, and they're investing in these companies and hoping that it's going to be the unicorn that makes their fun. And we'll see how many of these are actually real products.
And I wanted to just quickly highlight is, as a Latina, woman, it's just really cool to see you doing so much in the cybersecurity space, right? Just wanted to say that to you.
Thank you. Representing.
She's hip, she's representing, right? And so if they want to find you, obviously LinkedIn, what's your...
Yeah, my handle is here to shake shit up.
I told you. She is like completely cool. It's perfect place for her San Francisco. So thank you so much.
Yeah,
appreciate it. And I'm just excited that we've connected. So
absolutely. Thanks so much.
Cybersecurity and Coffee.